Hey, I'm Cherry Bomb Pop. You're watching Cherry Rants. And if there's something that I said that offended you, maybe your dumbass should have read the description below. Kaylee, bye!
Your mission, Cherry, should you choose to accept it, is to bring chaos to planet Flipside on Monday nights. As always, should you or any part of the Bomb Pop force be caught or killed, the head of Ixie Squad will disavow any knowledge of your actions. This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
What's up, fuckers? Y'all, there's times I can't tell if I'm just in a bad mood or if everything around me is just really fucking annoying.
Tacos are more important than pumpkin spice. Oh yeah, I said what I said.
You can fuck off. And when you get there, you can fuck off from there too. Then fuck off some more. Just keep fucking off. And when you get back here, go fuck off some more. And then fuck off again. I judge those motherfuckers on if they're an asshole or not. What's up, fuckers? Welcome to Cherry Rants. I'm Cherry Bomb Pop. It's Monday night, motherfuckers. Give me a second. I'm looking something up really quick. Because I found something to rant about. I'm trying to find the actual term. Okay. So, this is something that is, oh my God, if my phone would cooperate. What's up, guys? Hello. So, remember how I told you guys I was going to go soak my nails off? And because I was getting my dip nails in today. Well, they showed up. Now, yesterday, while I was soaking them off, I had to file the gel polish off, which is fine. I knew that was going to happen. But there's a reason why I typically don't go to nail shops. And usually in the beauty industry, there's a very unethical name that we call these shops, and it's chop shops. And it's because when you go to places like this, they use products on you that are not necessarily safe for your nails. And they use things like Dremels on your nails, which actually takes off. And I can actually back this up. I was a professional cosmetologist for a very long time in my life. I was licensed. I did nails. Nails were actually my main focus. And people who would go to typically Vietnamese-run shops would come to me and complain because their nail beds were super thin and brittle. And the reason why is because Dremels take off 6 layers of your natural nail. Nail files like what I use, you literally do not need to use a Dremel on your nails. All you really need to do is just rough up your nail bed so that it can adhere to the products that you're using. Hi, Dane. Hi, Jolly Bane. Hi, Myrtle. Hi, Liz. Hi, Vixie. And another thing that these shops do, not all of them, but a lot of them have been found to use what's called MMA. And what that is instead of acrylic that is made for fingernails, they're using MMA as dental acrylic. What's up, Mel? So I didn't realize that the place that I went to, and I could have gotten dip nails, which was a completely different thing, but I went with acrylics, and I wasn't happy with my acrylics. I was happy with my pedicure. But when I was soaking off my acrylics, I realized they weren't regular acrylics, that they were MMA because of the way that they were soaking. And people don't understand how detrimental to your fingernail beds it can actually be. That is a no-no. You get to learn about girly stuff. I'm no longer licensed. I dropped my license a few years ago, and I don't provide services for people in my home because the state of Kansas can actually press charges against me for that. However, there are places out there that are using products on people and not telling them that these are not, if you walk in and you say, hey, what are you using? They'll tell you CND, which is creative nail design, which is what I use. I can tell by the consistency and the color of the acrylic powder that they're using, it's not CND. It's not Tammy Taylor. It's not Young Nails. It's not any company I've ever seen. And I automatically used to assume that they were ordering stuff from overseas. No, most places are actually ordering dental acrylic because it's cheaper. They're also using Dremels because when you go into a place that specifically is done with, like they focus on things like nails and pedicures and waxing, it's a very limited amount of schooling versus going for a full-blown cosmetology license. I had to do 1,600 hours. Yeah, no, they're not supposed to use razors on your feet. We'll get to that. I had to do 1,600 hours of schooling, which consisted of the biology of hair, the anatomy of hair. I had to learn about electricity for facials and esthetician work. I had to learn about nail funguses, diseases, and the biology and anatomy of nails. I had to learn a lot of things. Now, when you go to specifically a nail school, it is 300 hours, and you are not licensed as a nail technician. You're licensed as a manicure pedicurist. Now, the Dremels are for speed purposes. So they teach you to use Dremels so that you can get your clients in and get them out. If you're trying to do like a fast pace, like most nail salons. Well, the funny thing is, Jelly Bean, is the guy who invented acrylics used dental acrylic because it was what he had at the time, and he had busted his thumb and completely like taken his thumbnail off or one of his fingernails off and put dental acrylic over it until his nail grew out. And that's where the invention of acrylic nails first started. Then you can make toofies. But yeah, you can, I'm sure, I don't know where to get dental acrylic, but I'm sure you can get it. When you soak acrylic versus dental acrylic off of your fingernails, there's a very drastic difference. When you soak acrylic off your nails, it comes off a lot easier. It takes time, and I can give you cheater methods on how to get them off faster, because I can soak off a full set of acrylics that I've done on somebody in less than an hour. It took me almost 4 hours total. When you soak off regular acrylic, yes, there's a gummy effect to it, but not the same as a dental acrylic. Like, it was literally like pulling gum off of my fingers. That's how gooey it was. But these shops are out there, and a lot of them, when State Board comes into town, they're hiding a lot that they're not showing to State Board so that they can keep their licenses. They're not showing them what they full on do, because you're not supposed to use a file from one person to the next. You're supposed to sanitize your files. So they're not sanitizing their pieces that they're using for their Dremels. They're just, and that's how fungus gets passed along, and that's how diseases get passed along. There's some shops that don't use plastic linings in their foot baths. So when they go to clean them out, yeah, the tub's getting clean, but the plumbing isn't getting clean. So that can backwash whatever water was in there previously back onto your feet. And you get things like nail funguses and whatever the person in that seat before you was carrying. There's a lot of safety practices that aren't actually practiced in those kinds of shops. Now, mind you, I'm just like every other person. I'll go get my feet done. And I know what I'm up against because of the education that I have. But there's a lot of people that don't have that kind of information. And this has been going on for years. You bit a full set off both hands in a matter of half an hour just using saliva, just so you button and zip your pants without hurting your pointer at Bible camp. Ow! No, I mean, I can bite my own acrylics off, but that's because I don't do them as thick as most shops do. I typically, I don't make them that thick. Taking this set off, like, my fingers still hurt, and it's been 2 days. What about the foot? If you were trying to use acetone with a gel manicure, you're supposed to file the gel off, by the way. because acrylic or acetone doesn't take gel off. But there are people that out there that will bite them off. I can show you ways of getting them off without biting them. You can cut them down and file them. Anyway, so am I mad at the shop for not educating the general populace on what they're using for acrylic? Yes. Because they're out there potentially causing harm. Can I call state board and say, hey, they're doing this? Yes. And then every other nail shop in Salina will be looked at. These kinds of shops are consistently under investigation because of things like this. And there's different types of nails. Like you can do just a regular manicure, which there's nothing put on your nails besides gel polish, regular polish, whatever. You can get a gel manicure. You can get a gel set of nails where I've had them, they glued the tip to my finger and then they put the actual gel, they built the gel up over. I've done those. I've done a complete gel set as sculpted nails. You can get sculpted nails with no tips, which I specialize in. You can get dip nails, and most places don't understand, or most people don't understand, when you are going and getting dip nails done, it's much like a pedicure. If they are dipping your nail in the color that they are using, how many other people have used that color before you? How many other people that have walked into that shop have fungus or a disease on their nails and not said anything and completely intoxicated the rest of the public with whatever they have? You soaked them off and all dang day wasn't getting anywhere. Now, yeah, exactly. It was a suck and made them squishy, so they were a little easier. Okay. So it was bite and suck method. Oh god, that sounds like a porn movie. I was sitting in a salon in town and there were a bunch of locations, and right after I sat down, an inspector walked in. It happens because state board will show up whenever they feel like it. Every single worker flew out the back door. Yep, the inspector told me go somewhere else. None of them had a license. Yeah, and that's the thing, is there are shops that will work under, they have more employees and they have licenses. So yeah, that's another thing that you have to watch out for. But these are things that the general public doesn't know. These are things that most people in the beauty industry do know about. And it's very hard for us to express this to the public, because then the public turns around and says that we're doing things that are racially motivated to bring them into salons that aren't run. You know, the simple fact of the matter is we are not out here racially motivated. We are out here trying to educate the public in something that could potentially harm them. Yes, I go to nail salons. Yes, I go get my nails done because I don't want to do them for myself all the fucking time. Yes, I have a grip of money sunk into my nails, but that does not mean I want to do them all the time. But we are trying to, there are some of us that are out there that are trying to educate the general public. Now, if you go into a hair salon and there's a nail tech there, I will tell you, please go to that nail tech versus going into a shop. I was just trying to have a girl day. I was taking a mental health day, and I called my friend and I was like, hey, let's go get our nails done, because I haven't had mine done in literally almost a decade by somebody other than me. So she advised me that any salon I go to ask them to see their license if it isn't posted. See, and most states actually have you post the licenses. Like, they have to be visible for public. That's just typically a big thing. It's a law in most states that you have to have those posted. They have to be easily accessible to the visible eye. So yeah. There are so many salons out there that do this, and they're making money, and they're sitting there and they're potentially causing harm to people, and they don't care because it's money driven, because they got to make their money too. And I understand that. I truly do. But if you possibly can, please go to a nail tech in a hair salon versus going to a nail tech in a random shop in a strip mall somewhere. So, and another thing is you never know what kind of acrylic they're using, because they refill their containers. I never did that when I did nails. I always made sure that all of my products were visible, and all of the labels on them were visible. And I actually, most of my nail clients knew what I was using because they were there when my distributors would come in and I would place my orders, or they knew where I would shop, because I was very open and honest about that, because I did not want things like what is happening to the general public going to nail shops. I didn't want that to happen to my clients. The licenses, yeah. Some of the girls had theirs on a wall behind them. Not all, though. Yeah, most of the time, like the owners will, in these nail shops, they'll put their licenses up, and then they'll put like one or two more up that are actually licensed. But, and I'm not spreading hate by any means. I'm spreading truth here. I'm trying to educate everybody and let them know. Now, when I went and I got my pedicure, they actually lined the tub in plastic. Okay, like in a plastic, it looked like a giant shower cap, but it was fine. And then they, like, you could tell they sanitized everything, because like the nail kit itself, the pedicure kit was sealed. It was in a sealed package, so I was okay with that. The files were brand new, and they threw the files away, because you can get nail files for cheap, dude. You can get nail buffers for cheap. I mean, I'm legitimately telling you, you can get them for cents on the dollar. And that's even through public sites and public places. Where you got yours done, she had her license on the wall, and when you had your nails removed, it only took half an hour. Okay, well then she was probably using real acrylic. Another thing that nail shops do when you go in and you tell them that you want them removed in their acrylics is they'll take a nail tip, and they'll pop it up underneath it. That is one of the most painful experiences you will ever go through as far as your nails are concerned, because they are ripping that away. That is literally concreted onto your nail bed, and they're ripping that off. Because it's a time thing. They want to get as many people in and out as they can, and they don't care if it hurts. They really don't. But back to the pedicure. I'm extremely picky about where you get your nails done because of good. Be picky. Ask questions. And if you need answers and I'm awake, text me and I will answer them. I have no problems doing that. I have no problems telling you, walk the fuck out of that shop right the fuck now. I don't care if you're in the middle of a fucking manicure or pedicure. No. If you don't like how those services are going, get the fuck up and walk out. And then when they threaten to call the police, tell them, go ahead and call the police. And I'm going to call state board. And we'll see who wins this motherfucking argument. Yeah, that your fingers are crooked. Now, okay. I'm not going to lie. These two fingers on my hands are literally crooked. You can see the indentions, okay? But that is correctable after you put a tip on. You can file a tip to where it does not look crooked. I've done it hundreds of thousands of times on myself and other people. There's also a thing called a C-curve. A lot of places refuse to do your nails because your left hand, if you haven't seen it, you won't understand. I've had clients that have had physical issues that I've still been able to do their nails with. I have had clients. I don't have clients anymore. I'm sorry. Your finger grow like no, it is not. Your finger does not grow like that. Now my fingers grow like that, but like I said, that is fixable. That is something that they did on a technical issue that was wrong. I've had clients that have shaking issues. I've had clients that have had a variety of different kind of physical issues, and I've still been able to cut their hair, do their nails, do their pedicures. If they're refusing you service, it's because they don't feel comfortable with it. I literally had a client, her hands were locked like this all the time, and I still was able to do her nails. They're giving you excuses. But the pedicure was a great experience. It really was, because the pedicure implements were sanitized and in a sealed package. The files, they threw away afterwards. Everything about that salon, they were sterilizing, and they were doing it correctly. And I understand that on the pedicure side. On the acrylic and dip nail and gel nail side, that's a completely different story. I was also sleep deprived and manic at that point. So anyway, they still did yours, but they did tell you it would be a bit hard because your fingers are real short because you bite them. But she still was able to. Honey, these are actually long compared to what I normally have because normally I will bite mine until they bleed. Like, I usually have fingernails that are like that long. Legitimately. I have literally built nails on nails smaller than that. And it's serious. You had a nail tech tell you that after I asked them to fix my acrylics, it was because it was crooked. I've had them tell me that it's, it's not crooked. And I'm like, bitch, it's crooked. Fix it. Because if I have to go home and fix it, you're going to refund me my money. I am a full-on Karen when I walk into a nail salon because I have the education of knowing what they're doing wrong. And yes, I still make the choice to go in, but I still know I shouldn't have to fix that that's your job to do that. So I didn't know that pedicure places did pedicures with hot stones now, by the way. I fucking full on suggest that. Another thing that you can do is you can contact the whatever state you're in, State Board of Barbers and Cosmetologists, and ask them if there have been any complaints or investigations into any shops in your area, and they have to tell you. Because as a consumer, it's your right to know. So by all means, if you're going to go into a shop, research it first. Okay. And like I said, they did great on my friend's nails. Her nails were fucking beautiful. I should have gone for dip nails instead of, and they didn't do her dip nails the way that I've seen them done before. They were very sanitized about hers. Mine was a different story. I was just a crazy shaved head lady who asked for something that they don't do a whole lot. And I've already discussed this with my friend. I didn't tell her that they used MMA on me, but I did tell her that I was unhappy with my set. It was because of technical issues that I was having because of the education that I do have. You got to get you one soon. Wait, what? Get you one what? My toesies need attention because of flip-flop season. I'm telling you, dude. I usually put acrylics on my toes during the summer and the spring because it helps my ingrowns. See, okay, when you have an ingrown nail, it grows in like this. When you put acrylic or gel on top of it, it pulls that up so the ingrown nails are easier to pull out and access and remove. Oh, dude, no, they're not fucking cheap. They are not fucking cheap, but holy shit. Holy shit. Now, granted, they may not do the massages as they were technically taught because we're all taught a specific technique when we go through school. And that changes over time. Like you can go and continue your education. There were things that they did that I never did as far as the pedicure was concerned. But mostly they kept it pretty technical, which I was pretty happy about. Maybe you can get one for Mother's Day. Go, do you hear that? Jelly Beans needs a pedicure. She needs a pedicure. Hers needs a pedicure. Just saying. I have to wear an AFO brace, no flip-flops for me. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I live in flip-flops, honestly. If I'm out of the house and it's nice enough, it's flip-flop season. However, it's not going to be flip-flop season in Kansas this week. We got 7 inches of snow yesterday in the matter of like 5 hours. And we're supposed to get more on Thursday. If it's that expensive, I'll have to sell a lot of stickers to pay for it. I paid about $70. I think it was about $70 for the pedicure that I got. Pedicures are nice, but your feet are extremely ticklish, so you hesitate on strangers doing it because you're afraid of kicking them involuntarily. It happens more often than you would think. Shut up. You got snow coming your way. It actually does. I've been kicked quite a few times. I had been kicked quite a few times because people are ticklish. Now, the funny thing is we were sitting there and when they were doing the scrubbing part on my pedicure, my friend was like, you are, because the lady had my right foot. She's like, you are not ticklish at all, are you? I said, I've been doing this to myself for over 20 fucking years. Of course I'm not fucking ticklish. And then she hit a spot on my left foot. And I was like, I instead of kicking, I pulled my leg up. I was like, oh, that's a spot. Oh, we're supposed to get more on Thursday, Myrtle. It's forecasted. I have a 60% chance of snow. We had no snow forecasted for yesterday, though. This like just blew the fuck in. We had snow showers, and it was like, you better not stick or build it. We had, I'm not even joking, like at 1:30 yesterday afternoon, I sent a picture message to Justin, and I was like, oh, look, it's snowing. 2 hours later, we had 3 inches of snow. 2 hours after that, we had 7 inches of snow. Hi, Claire. Now, mind you, last week we were in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So don't count your chickens before they hatch, baby. Now, am I telling you to not go get your nails and your pedicures done? That is not what I am telling you. What I am telling you is to research where you're going to go. Find out if there are any complaints, if there's any investigations going on. Do your research and know what you're getting yourself into, because you cannot... If you go and try to sue a company, a nail salon, when you get a fungus from them, they're going to say, prove it was us. And they're going to make you come up with physical proof, which is not easy. Sorry, my mother-in-law just texted me. She had the teenager for a couple of days because he had no school. She had him on Sunday, and then they had no school yesterday due to the snow, so she brought him home today. And if I don't answer her, she would call Justin and just like irritedly yell at him. You had a skiff and it's already gone. If we got 7 inches, it's still here. The only thing that's melted is our sidewalk because we had salt on it. We got rid of 14 plus inches of snow. That's all the snow that's allowed in March. I didn't think we were going to get any snow. I'm great, Cece. How are you? Hi, Mama Ham. So do your research and find out what you're getting yourself into. Like I said, it's very hard. And you can ask them what kind of products that they use, but they can also lie to you, which has happened to me 95% of the time when I walk into a nail salon. Now, once they find out that I've done my own nails and I was professionally licensed to do so, their whole demeanor changes because they realize if they fuck up, I'm going to know it. And the girl that was doing my nails, when my friend was like, oh yeah, she does her nails all the time, I said, yeah, I just soaked a set off today. Like, that girl's whole demeanor changed. She's like, oh, you do your own nails? I said, yeah, I was licensed. And she said, oh. She said, how long have you done them? I said, over 20 years. And she goes, and you soaked a set off today? And I said, yeah. She goes, your fingers look great. I said, yeah, because I know how to take them off correctly. And she says, you don't have any cuticles. I said, because I filed those off years ago. Your cuticles are a vital part of your finger, by the way. Or not a vital part. They are an essential part of your fingernail growth. You need them. However, I filed mine off years ago. And anyway, don't worry about me. Good deal. Have them show you. If they don't leave, you have the right to know what's being put on your body. You absolutely do have the right to know what is being put on your body. Now, if you don't know the names of professional products, that's going to be another issue that you're going to run into. There are a lot of nail companies out there, and I can name 3 right off the top of my head. One being C&D, the other one being Young Nails, the other one being Tammy Taylor. I no longer have access to professional stores, but that does not mean that I don't have access to professional products. I can still order professional products, which I do. I absolutely do. Like I said, I use C&D. So my acrylic powder is C&D. My acrylic liquid is C&D. My monomer and polymer. My acrylic liquid, my acrylic powder, my primer is C&D. Yes, I'm very big into creative nail design. If I'm going to, they call them solar nails in most salons, but basically they're sculpted nails. If I'm going to sculpt my nails out, my sculpting the tips for my sculpts are C&D. Young Nails is a really good company. Now, you're going to find most of these companies with nail techs that work in like hair salons. or I should say typically and don't take this the wrong way. I'm not trying to be political. I'm not trying to be racial at all. What I'm stating is the truth. When you go to a nail tech that is not in a typically Asian dominated salon, you are going to find that their products come from Tammy Taylor, C&D, Young Nails, or a company that you were going to, there's a lot of companies out there that do professional acrylic, but most of them are going to be Young Nail, C&D, or Tammy Taylor. I don't like Tammy Taylor because I don't understand her consistency. It never worked for me. So when you sculpt a nail, you need a foil for that. I buy those either online or from Sally's. My nail files I get from Amazon because I can buy them in bulk, and I don't want to go into Sally's. It's the same thing I'm ordering online as I can walk in and get at Sally's. We are talking about, I got my nails done. I was a licensed professional for years. My specialty was acrylic nails. And I went and got my acrylics done last week. And they used dental acrylic on me. So I'm trying to explain the differences between what the industry calls chop shops, because they literally destroy your fingernails if you don't go to if you're not educated and understand what's going on, versus going to somebody who uses professional grade quality products in like a hair salon. Like if you go into a hair salon and there's a nail tech there, it is pretty much a general topic. We're basically talking about nails. I had a bad experience the last time I went and got my nails done, and it wasn't my friend's fault. And I understand that the salon that I went to typically specializes in gel nails and dip nails, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted acrylics because I've worn acrylics since 1995, minus one set of gel nails. I'm sorry, I'm a liar. 4 sets of gel nails. I did 3 sets and I had 1 set done. I'm ranting about beauty education. So yeah, I ordered a dip nail set. And the set that I ordered off Amazon. So it's for the general public. If it works out, yes, I'm going to spend the money for a professional kit. Okay. I did not spend the money for I got basically a general public kit versus a professional kit. It was the most top rated kit that Amazon does sell. I did my research before, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, I'll just go and search out professional products because I wanted to see if I could do it. Granted, I spent $50, but I also got nail tips. So for the kit itself, it was like $37. Which isn't a bad price, honestly. It sounds like a lot, but it's not a bad price. But I want to try it out and see if it works before I actually go and get professional grade quality products. There may be a pop quiz after the show. There might be. I'm just saying. Now, my first couple of sets are probably going to look like shit because I've never done this before. And I have, but I haven't. I've done the dip technique with my acrylic. So we'll see. We'll find out. It's kind of like me with the airbrush machine. I'm not great with it, but I'm getting better. It's a learning experience. Basically, Cece, just be careful if you're going to go get your nails done. You do have the absolute right to call whatever state you're in, Board of Cosmetology and Barber, and ask them if the salon that you are looking at going into has any investigations or any complaints through state board. And they will tell you whether they do or don't, because it's your right to know. I just want you guys, if you guys are going to go out and get your nails done, be safe about it. It's kind of like going to a hairdresser. Every hairdresser is different. We all have different techniques. I've had so many people come to me and say, oh, so-and-so butchered my hair. It wasn't that they butchered your hair. There was an ineffective communication between you and your hairdresser, regardless if they were a barber or a cosmetologist. There was a lack of communication because you couldn't verbalize how you actually wanted your hair done. That's why we do these things called consultations, where we will ask you what you want, and if you can bring pictures, say hey. And if your barber or your cosmetologist tells you that is not possible for your hair, don't get mad, because they're not lying to you. It's not that they don't want to do their job. We literally have to listen to what you're communicating and turn it into terms that we understand. And the terms throughout the industry have changed so much. I haven't been in a salon in 7 years. I could walk into a salon today and be completely and utterly confused if I was licensed, because the terminology would have changed by now. But that's why there's also continuing education in here. I want to have your nails done by me at least once. Adding it to the bucket list. I mean, come on with it. Come on with it. I'm not bringing my kit to North Carolina. You better suck a dick. That's a big ass toolbox, and I need a bigger one. Like, I know people, like, when I did nails and hair, legitimately, the thousands of dollars that I put into doing hair and nails was absolutely insane. I'm sitting in my bedroom, okay? My bedroom, we live in, the house isn't big. It's probably about a 1,200 square foot house, okay? So we'll say my bedroom is 200-300 square feet. I could fill this room with the products that I had for just nails. And that's not including polishes. As long as the deed belongs to Damien. Wait, what? I'm wanting to get you're waiting to get your hair to grow out. The blonde, you bleached it. I remember when you bleached it, because you did really pretty pink. But you bleached it, but you never colored. Yes, you did. You colored it. And your bangs too, so you can have your hair colored and your bangs properly colored. Oh, properly cut, not colored. Do I still cut Justin's hair? Absolutely. Do I cut the kid's hair when he doesn't ask me for a mullet? Do I cut my own hair? Obviously. Because I have the education of how to do so. Do I recommend doing that without having the education to do so? No! Do you know how many haircuts I've fixed because people have cut their own hair? I've literally been fought over in custody battles and divorces. Like, when a couple would come in, like, I was literally part of people's lives. I watched pregnancies and marriages and engagements and children, and then the whole family would come in for their haircuts or whatever they needed done. And in the event that those families would end up splitting up, which was horrible to see, by the way, they would literally put in their divorce that they would come see me, one party would come see me, and then the other party would wait. Like, there was a custody battle over hairdressers. It's actually pretty common. Oh, you're going to do red? I will tell you this right now. Red is the biggest molecule of all of the colors, so it will fade faster. Do not wash it in hot water. Do not wash it in lukewarm water. Wash it in as cold of water as you can stand. You cut Dane's hair? All three of them? You did mine and didn't leave it alone and bald because you ended up making yourself look like Draco Malfoy. Stop. I need to redo mine. I mean, obviously, it's been since January. I actually went back and looked on TikTok. I was like, it's time to do my hair. But I'm not doing it till the end of the month because I have a concert that I'm going to on the 1st. So there are people out there that cut their own hair and they do a fabulous job and have no education. If they would have sat down in a chair that I would have fucking been sitting in, or been a hairdresser at in the salon, I would have looked at them and like, you did a really damn good job, but I don't know how the fuck you did this. But not every hairdresser cuts the same way. I've never met a hairdresser that cuts hair the same way that I do. We're all taught the basics and then thrown into the world and said, here you go. I was lucky because the first salon that I worked in cumulatively had 40 years of education and 40 years of hairdressing in it. So I was able to be a little sponge and soak a lot up. Okay, hold up. When I can get to a salon, I want to do this really purple fade dark on the top and do a light on the bottom. I saw it on TikTok, filtered. And the thing is by all means, please Put that filter on and screenshot it and take it to the hairdresser and say, can we do this? There's a reason why it costs so much to go to a hair salon, by the way. No, he's got more than 3 hairs, thank you. That's what Jellybean said, was she cuts all 3 of your hairs. Can I stop holding on now? Because it's getting kind of heavy. Thank you. And yes, prices are going to go up because what people don't realize about salons is in a hair salon, there's 3 ways that you get paid. You either do a percent, a commission. No, I'm sorry. There's hourly, booth rent, commission, or percentage. Hourly, you get whatever an hour plus your tips. Commission is basically the same thing as a percentage. You get so much, whatever you and the owner of the salon agree upon. Sometimes it's 50-50, sometimes it's 60-40, sometimes it's 70-30. You end up with the bigger number most times. There are salons out there that you end up with the lower end of the stick, and that's why those salons typically never have anybody in them. And then booth renting is where you get a business license and you work within a business and you pay to rent that booth every month because you are technically a business and you have to pay for taxes and shit. That is very true. You do have to be realistic with your hairdresser, what you want. You cannot go from black to blonde in one sitting. That is not going to happen. You are not going to be able to pull box color out immediately. Can I go from black to blonde? Absolutely, because I know how to do it, and it's not nice on my hair. For your hair to remain healthy to go from black to blonde, it is a very traumatic experience for your hair. Because you can't put bleach on your hair and then put a color remover on your hair, or put a color remover on your hair and then bleach it. You can't take the darkest shade of hair color and remove it and then expect it to be blonde instantaneously. Nah, bitch, you're going to be like Ronald McDonald Orange. I shit you not. Some of the Pinterest posts, yeah, that's my train. Sorry. My earphones are charging. Some of them are wigs. Not only that, Photoshop is a really big thing. Photoshop is still used in pictures for hair and whatnot. So my hair is technically a very dark shade of brown. And of course, I use the literal cheapest products I can use on my hair. Because nothing else, there is not a black that is out in the industry in a color line that stays on my hair other than cheap box black dye. Not healthy for your hair, by the way. Oh, it does suck. Send me a request, goat. It does suck, because if you overprocess your hair, it turns into fucking straw. There you go, Liz. It's what I do. Your hair does have limitations, people. It's literally built of protein. That's what your hair and your nails are. They're protein that your body produces. Also, every fucking hairdresser hates when I say this because, well, I'm famous for saying it. Anything after the first 2 inches of your hair that grows out of your head is dead. The first 2 inches of your hair, completely alive. After that, it's dead. Splat is fabric dye, and I use Splat. That's the bleach that I use. It's not that I don't have access to any other bleach. It's because it works for me. Am I advising anybody else to use bleach? Use Splat? Color? No. Bleach? If you think you can handle it. And if you fuck up your hair, it's not my fault. I won't advise it. I know what works for my hair. I was also educated on how to use products. Yeah, that's why it doesn't come out. No, it's not recommended because it is fabric dye. And don't use metallic hair dye. I don't care. Do not use metallic hair dye in your hair. You will ruin your fucking hair, and you can't put anything over it because it will fry your fucking hair. And then you just, if you're going to put metallic hair color in your hair, just shave your fucking head. That's my best advice. If you're going to put henna in your hair, and then expect to go to a salon and have them put color over it or bleach, you're going to fuck up your hair. Don't fucking do it. You're going to have to grow that henna all the way out and have it cut out, basically. When I shaved my head and went full on pink this last time, I used Splat because I knew it wasn't going to fucking go out. It wasn't going to come out. Right? We were. People don't know that there are products that are put in stores that we buy that are bad for us. Because the companies that are out there are not educating the general public and just saying, hey, you know what? Go ahead and use this. It's perfectly fine. When it's not. Yeah, people use henna in there. I put henna in my hair before. I also grew my hair the fuck out and chopped off where the henna started too, because I wasn't putting anything else on my hair. And do not, for the love of God, go to a fucking hairdresser after you have put some kind of color on your hair and not give them the history of your hair. They will find out. People used to try to lie to me all the fucking time. I'm like, nah, that's not, no. No, you have color on your hair. It's not lifting correctly. What fucking brand did you use? There are professional quality products now that are being sold in department stores. And they're not as, they claim that they're as great of products, but let me tell you, they're not. And no, if you're going to get, this could be like a 5-hour rant, I can tell you that. I don't think so. Jellybean, I do not. Okay, Dane. I haven't checked Instagram today, though. Okay, so just to let you know, Sapphire, when you want blue hair, that's perfectly understandable. But what you need to understand is if you bleach your hair out and put blue on top of it, it will turn green because you're turning your hair a color of yellow. And when it fades out, blue plus yellow equals green. That's why most people who have blue hair end up with green hair. Oh, hold on, I'll look. Give me just a second. That's not what I wanted. I don't have a message from you, Jellybean. I followed back, Dane. I did not get it. Did you send it to the right Insta? Because I candy switched Instagrams about a year ago. Started a new account. Basically. Another thing is when it comes to hair color, learn your color wheel. Like a lot of people who go blonde can't understand why when they get brassy after they don't use a toner, how to pull it out. And I'm like, get a purple shampoo. Purple plus yellow cancel each other out. Red plus green cancel each other out. Send it to me on Facebook, Jellybean. When you go into a salon and you want something done that is a chemical service, please understand. You need to communicate effectively because otherwise you're going to walk out very unhappy if you walk out and you didn't get done what you wanted. That's what consultations are for. You can't just walk into a salon and say, oh, I want pink. And when they put the wrong shade of pink on you, well, this isn't the pink I wanted. Well, you didn't say what shade of pink. I just grabbed the first pink I had. Okay. Understand, you cannot go get a perm and then bleach your hair. Your hair will fall the fuck out. If you have colored hair and you go get a perm, that perm will pull your color out. Do not, for the love of God, think that I am telling you if you want to pull your color to go get a perm. Do not do that. Do not fucking do that. Talk to a fucking cosmetologist or a barber first. Not that barbers can do perms, because in some states they're not licensed to do perms. And then in some states they're not licensed to do perms or nails. So just yeah, you'll end up with ramen noodle hair, if not chunks of hair falling out, because I've seen that too. I had a lady come in when I was in beauty school. She wanted me to bleach her hair and then perm her, and I said no. And my instructor made me do it after I told the woman specifically 100 times before, during, and after the process, I was going to fry her hair. And she didn't believe me. And when her hair got fried and she sat there and cried, all I could do was sit there and tell her, I'm sorry. I forewarned you. I warned you. You signed this paper saying that I was not legally obligated to be responsible for this. And you're crying because you didn't want to listen. It won't dry either. No, because when you fry your hair to the point of where it looks like hay or ramen noodles and it takes forever to dry, it's because your hair cannot soak up the moisture. You have taken the capability of absorbing moisture away from your hair. I dyed it auburn. Your hair turned 3 or 4 different colors. It was dark. That's probably because you had multiple dimensions in your hair already. Most people think that they have one solid color when you don't. You actually have dimension to your hair. And the color reacts to that. See, now when I do stuff like that, I never am able to repeat that process. Like I'll never be able to. I had this really awesome mermaid color that a friend of mine who was a cosmetologist did for me at one point. And we were never able to replicate that again. Without coconut in it. I can cut curly hair. Maintaining it, on the other hand, is a completely different story. My hair has wave to it, and it actually does have curl to it in sections, but you were born with black hair, so it takes to reds and stuff. Sweet. You need to redo your hair. Your rainbow is fading, and that's going to happen. The more you wash it, the more it fades. Just so you know. The more exposure to outside elements it has, it will fade. It will never stay the same. And for the love of fucking gods, all of them, please understand that your hair does not grow from the end. It grows from your scalp. There are people in this world that do not understand that your hair grows from your scalp. And then they get pissed off when they have to go have their hair retouched at a salon. Well, I don't understand. It's supposed to grow from the bottom. No, it grows from the top. I'm not even joking. Y'all think I'm joking. There's a girl on TikTok. She went viral for not understanding that her hair grew out of her head, not the bottom of her hair. I had clients come to me and tell me I didn't know what I was talking about until I legitimately had my beauty school book for fucking ever. And I had it bookmarked where the anatomy of hair was, to show them that it grew out of their scalp. And people told me I was wrong. I was like, okay, I'm still going to charge you to do your hair. Oh yeah. I could not even handle. I was just like, no, not today, Satan. No, you do not have hair growing inside of your skin. It is protein that is produced out of and grows out of your follicles. You didn't even learn it science, you just knew it. It's astounding. Like, people that when they go get their nails done, they think that their nails grow from the end. No, baby, your nail grows from your cuticle. From right underneath your cuticle is where your nail starts. That's where your nail grows from. It pushes its way out. Jelly Bean, stop it. It is keratin. Get out of my head. I wonder if she thinks her nails are bone growing out of her skin. I don't know. It's not. It's a protein. Keratin treatments are a real thing, by the way, and they do not smell pretty. It's to open up your hair follicle and put more keratin in it so that your hair is healthy. If you need to do that, there are deep conditioning treatments that you can do. There's all sorts of stuff that you can do. You're going to hell. You are going to hell. But anyway, guys, today, this is our last show for our week. We will be back, excuse me, on Wednesday. Excuse me. With the makeup table at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, technically, the joke was towards her believing it. I get that. We will be back Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the makeup table. We also... Why is that light so bright all of a sudden? Then we have Not Another Family Game Night on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we have Minecraft afterwards. Thursday, we do have the makeup table. We also have Homespun Magic and Don't Starve Together. Fridays, we do have the makeup table and Dollhouse. Saturday, we do have Coffee House. Sorry, I kept on wanting to call it the coffee shop. We have Coffee House in the morning. And then we have, we don't have an interview this week, I don't believe. Yeah, I'm controlling the lights. Yeah, because they're across, the control is across the room. I know she said her hair grew inside of her head. We have, I don't believe we have an interview this week. I do believe it's Cards Against Humanity again. With my mind. I wish that actually worked. I don't know what our next interview is scheduled for. Sunday we do have the coffee house in the morning, and then we have Bitches with Switches Mario Kart Edition. You guys know what that's about. And then, of course, on Mondays, we do have Animal Crossing on Bitches with Switches. And then we also do have Cherry Rants. If you guys want to keep up with what's going on with the shows, feel free to. There's a link down below for our Discord. Join our Discord. All of our shows have links for them, or in specific rooms for them. Some of our shows are open tables, so you actually can come up and discuss whatever we're discussing with us. We also do have links below for the Planet Flipside merch marketplace, so you guys can actually go look at that. There is a whole bunch of new merch up from the beginning of the year up until now that actually does directly help the channel by funding us because this is not cheap for us to do this, but we keep doing it because we love you guys. We do have Doll's House Etsy shop down there as well. That does help directly support the channel. Mashika Creations. Trish is a friend of mine. If you use the code Cherry Bomb Pop, all one word, all big letters, you do get a 20% discount. She does custom resin art and beadwork as well. She actually put in some stuff for our big giveaway when we hit 500. So you're going to want to be a part of that as well. We do have a big giveaway coming when we do hit 500 subscribers. Tell your motherfucking friends they need to come subscribe so we can give this shit away. It's thousands of dollars worth of shit, you guys. I'm not even joking. Like, legitimately. And if it's stuff that you win that you don't want to use or you don't feel that you can use, feel free to gift it for Christmas to somebody because we are not going to be mad about that. We also have kinderlash.com where she makes actual wearable art. Vixie has a lot of her stuff. I have a couple of set of her earrings. There's a lot of people on the channel that actually do have her wearable art that we do use in videos. And I believe if you use the code Vixie Squad, it is 20% off. No, because my neighbor, remember, he was yelling. I haven't yelled since. On Doll's House, we do have, I know we have an interview next week. Oh, we do. I knew that. Why did I say that I didn't know? I'm sorry. We do have an interview on the 19th. 18th. Whatever the fuck. On the 19th. Whatever the fuck next Saturday is. I can't fucking speak, you guys. I'm sorry. Doll's House. If you hit the link, you do get a discount. We also have our lovely scroll here that has a link down below where you can buy us a coffee. And if you do it during one of the shows that Vixie is not present, she will do a shout out for you during the next show. If you do it during a show, we will shout you out right then and there on the show when we get the notification. Maybe when he starts coming out during the spring and he starts yelling again, I might do it then, but we'll see what happens. Wait, what? Wait, what? What? Wait, what? Yeah, that same neighbor. I haven't done it since he was out there screaming because I don't want him to call the police on me. Anyway, you guys, it's that time. Tomorrow is a day off. I've got stuff to do. Thank you for being here. We absolutely appreciate you being here. We absolutely appreciate your support and your continued support. Yeah, he was having a conversation with himself in his bedroom, which is right next to our side of the house the other day. Anyway, you guys, it's that time. I've got stuff to do. And yeah, remember, you don't live in your past. You don't live in the future. You live in the present. Love yourself. Okay, I love you. Bye.
Your mission, Cherry, should you choose to accept it, is to bring chaos to planet Flipside on Monday nights. As always, should you or any part of the bomb pop force be caught or killed, the head of Vixie Squad will disavow any knowledge of your actions. This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
What's up, fuckers? Y'all, there's times I can't tell if I'm just in a bad mood or if everything around me is just really fucking annoying. Tacos are more important than pumpkin spice. Oh yeah, I said what I said. You can fuck off. And when you get there, you can fuck off from there too. Then fuck off some more. Just keep fucking off. And when you get back here, go fuck off some more. And then fuck off again. I judge those motherfuckers on if they're an asshole or not. Hey, I'm Cherry Bomb Pop. You're watching Cherry Rants. And if there's something that I said that offended you, maybe your dumbass should have read the description below. Okay, bye!